fast forward a month since those were shot. I've been busy, and sadly not on the Datsun, but both front fenders are completely done. All paint is off. A little bit of Bondo left on there, but no biggie for the most part. My Collins Performance adapter came. Bam. So it is 12:31 in the morning. Been having a long day, doing a lot of driving all week. Anyways, so I had a slight burst of energy, so I put the block back together. No pistons, no rods, crankshaft still out. So it's basically bare block, oil pan, and the girdle on the bottom, and then the head. And that's about it. And I just now installed these hex screws into the adapter to make sure it's flush in there. And then I'm going to fit it up to the transmission. And I think I'm going to call it a night right there. And then tomorrow or the next day, I will actually slide it in the car and start making some brackets and taking a lot of measurements and really get this build going. This main adapter was what I was waiting for to be able to do some more fabricating and welding and stuff, because body work for me is just literally like watching paint dry. So I'm more of a fabrication and welding guy. So we're getting there. But with this all bolted together, this is going to speed the process up a lot. So, all right, stay tuned. And about 20 minutes later, actually went on fairly easy. I was surprised. It was a little awkward trying to get the block on the table by myself since everybody else was asleep and spin the transmission around, but I think it was already around in the last clip. I don't know, but I had to pick it up and lift it. I mean, that's not really too heavy of a transmission. It's probably 170 pounds to 200 pounds ish. Thank God I can move some sort of weight around, otherwise I would be completely screwed. So I only ran into one problem, actually two small problems. I kind of got in a hurry because I was excited, and I cross-threaded that bolt. Focus. It's not focusing. Oh well, you can kind of see it's slightly cross-threaded, and I was like, oh, we'll just send it home at the impact, and then I thought, well, I still have to put everything else back on the inside of the block, so I kind of just got it snug-ish for now, and it's good enough for now because it's literally just going to be bolted together to get fitments inside the car. But before I bolt it all back together for the last time, once I have flywheel, pressure plate, clutch, everything, I'll weld this up and plug weld it and fill it, drill it out, and then re-tap it and just get a new bolt, and then we won't have any problems. And then the second thing the issue that I ran into is this is the exact same thread as all the rest of these, right? Threads right in like butter, right? But this hole is smaller than the rest of them, so the bolt itself can't even go in there. So I don't know what the deal is with that. And I double checked. I used all the bolts that I had. I have this one and this one left over. I don't know if there's specific spots where they go. I'm assuming they just go on the bottom. But I just thought that was weird, and this is a different thread, so it just goes straight through. So I'll do a little bit of research onto that. But I mean, for the most part, everything is bolted down, and I'm supposed to use the stock Supra starter, which is why there's obviously a main bolt missing here. but I think what I'm gonna do is, I've seen some people cut this section right here and modify it and make a little cover, and I think it says to do that on the instructions. I don't know, I don't read instructions, I just go for it. So you might have to modify the bell housing a little bit, which is fairly simple. But yeah, for the most part, here it is. I mean, that is a glorious sight right there, and it's all going in there. So yeah, let's get some up close shots and call it a night. And bam! Such an intimidating sight. Not intimidating in a bad way, but just like a dream come true, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so this is obviously the morning after. That's what she said. Everything's up on the cherry picker again. Last night I left it all bolted up on the table, and I'm ready to start fitting it in the engine bay and see what all I have to modify as far as fitment goes and how far back I can possibly get the block. For a lot of the people that I've seen do it, I mean, they have like from here forward with plenty of, I mean, you got to think from here, from about here to here is all usable space. I have about a foot, maybe a foot and like 4 inches, a foot and 3 inches, something like that, to be able to put a super high performance radiator and intercooler and everything in there to make sure it stays cool. I'll probably have some little oil coolers here and here, and I have so much room in the front that there's going to be a lot of room to be able to do what I want. And pretty much the only thing I'm waiting on right now is for my dad to get home. So as I guide the engine and transmission into the engine bay, he can slide the body forward. I'm assuming I've explained this before in previous videos, but if I haven't, we decided to mount the entire car on this. We didn't mount it, obviously it's on blocks, but it's on this little rolling frame. So we can move it all around the shop, turn it around in any direction that we need, and then we specifically cut a channel out of the middle of it. But the whole thing, I can just roll it around wherever, but I just need to hold this bad bit up and have somebody push it forward. So I'll get back with you when we get it either in the car or close to it or something happens. Uh-huh.